You've just finished a brilliant STAR answer, and then they say, "Can you tell me a bit more about what you did?" Or worse, "What happened next?" That's the moment many TAs freeze because they're not sure what else to say. Today, I'll show you how to handle that using my simple STAR+R method. So you sound calm, confident, and self aware, even when your mind's going blank. By the end of this video, you'll know why follow-up questions are a good thing. They mean the interviewer is interested. How to extend your answer naturally using STAR+R. That's situation, task, action, result, plus reflection. And how to show genuine professional growth instead of rambling or repeating yourself. Now, before we begin, don't forget to ask for the free PDF that accompanies this course. It contains direct links to each video, STAR mindset shifts, reflection prompts, and your very own STAR bank answer bank. Just type "free PDF please" in the comments and I will give you the link. Now, let's look at why follow-ups happen. When interviewers ask for more detail, they're not trying to trip you up. They could be checking for the following things. They might want more depth. They might be wondering, how much of a role did you play actively in this situation? Because, sometimes you have to, sometimes we do give answers, I certainly have, that, didn't really happen. It's what I would have done. So I guess what interviewers want is they just want to sort of tease a little bit more information to see how much you really know about this situation. Clarity. Maybe you didn't fully explain what you did and why in your original response, or you didn't explain it in a way that was clear to the interviewer. Reflection. Maybe the interviewer wants to know, have you learned from the experience? So in other words, they're thinking, if this person joins our team, do they think in a way that will help them to keep improving? And that's where STAR+R comes in. So let's look at the STAR+R technique. We'll break it down. So we already know that S equals situation, what was happening. T is task, what needed to be done. A is action, what you did. R is result, what happened because of what you did. And plus R is reflection, what you learned or might do differently next time. And that final reflection is what takes your answer from competent to credible, because it shows that you've got, a flexible mindset, a growth mindset. This happened, I did this in order to hopefully sort that out. This was the result, and this is what I learned. So maybe this is what I'll do differently next time. Let's look at an example in action. So a question could be, can you give an example of when you helped manage behaviour? That's a very open question. I often think that when interviewers ask that type of question, it's giving you lots of scope. So let's say you've given your STAR answer, and then the interviewer says, "That's great, thank you. Can you tell me a bit more about what happened next?" So here's how to add your plus R, your reflection. So you've answered the question, and then you've been asked to sort of give some more information, and you could say, "Afterwards, I realised how important it was to stay calm and give clear choices. Since then, I've made a point of noticing early signs of frustration so I can help step in sooner. It's really helped me support that pupil and others more effectively." Now, that's just it's not two sentences, it's three sentences. But it shows growth, reflection, and professionalism. And that's what they want to see. They want to see that you can learn from situations and you can grow from them. So now we'll just look briefly at some common pitfalls to avoid. So repeating the same point. If you've already said it, don't reword it. Add something new. So when they ask, for a bit more from your original answer, don't rehash what you've already said. Think of something new. Blaming others. Reflection should focus on your learning and not what others did wrong. So we don't, that others might have done something wrong, but we don't need to know about that. We want to look at, they want to hear about your learning. Over apologizing. You don't need to say, I should have endlessly. Just show awareness. I've been there, well, I should have done this and I should have done that. It's almost like you are apologizing for what you did wrong. And finishing flat. End on a confident note that shows you've taken something forward. In all your answers, it's best to do that, because the last bit of the answer is what kind of stays in their head. So that's, if you can finish on a growth moment, that's brilliant. So let's give you a STAR+R checklist. So when you're practicing your answers, check you can answer using what happened, that's the situation, what did you need to do, the task, what did you do, the action, what was the outcome, the result, and what did you learn from it, your reflection. If you can do all 5 confidently, you're interview ready. And the next video 5, will help you with that. So remember, being asked for more detail doesn't mean you messed up your answer. It means they're interested enough to want to hear more from you. I mean, even if your answer maybe wasn't the best and they want you to clarify something, if they thought that you were not for them, they wouldn't bother. They're not going to waste their time asking someone that they're not interested in to clarify something. All right. So take a breath, smile, and use STAR+R to show that you're thoughtful, not flustered. And in video 5, we will look at 5 common TA interview questions and 5 STAR model answers. I'll see you there.